Hi, my name's William Russell. I work for CHS. I'm a technical specialist, and we're working out in a cotton field in western Oklahoma looking at some Levesol products. We put out Levesol here at planting time in-furrow using Levesol Zn at 1.5 quarts per acre in-furrow with the liquid starter fertilizer, which was an 835, and had a little bit of zinc with it as well. And so we're looking at this crop today. We're at July 28th, and we've got blooms started, and I'll show you some of those here in a few minutes. But what we wanted to do was to look at utilizing the Levesol products to be able to manage fertility and make fertility more efficient as we go through the cropping season. So we're managing the nitrogen, we're managing the phosphorus, the micronutrients, and the potash and sulfur as we walk through putting these different products out. We're also using Aventine, which is a nitrogen, sulfur, potash, boron, manganese, and zinc product. So we're getting our micronutrients chelated by the chelate as well on the Levesol side. So when we mix those two together, we get a synergy of the two for getting more time of availability in the soil for these crops to be able to pick them up as they're developing through their various stages each day. So we'll look at some of the plants here in just a moment, but if you look behind me, you can see that the cotton is about 3 foot tall. And let me pull one of these plants and you can see this is a cotton plant that has a number of finished blooms on it, and then starting to make some bolls, and then a lot of blooms coming. This crop will need to have all of its blooms set and pollinated and converting and developing into cotton bolls by around the 20th of August, and then that'll give it to about the 20th of October to finish completing the development of those bolls into actual bolls that'll open up and then have cotton lint coming out of them. So the cotton lint is the part that is growing around the seed, and the seed is inside the middle. So we'll cut some open later in the season, and I'll show you the difference and the comparing and contrasting of the two, so you can kind of see how they develop over time. But we'll also take a look down into this canopy, and we also came back in about 3 weeks ago and put a side dress application of some nitrogen, some potash, and some phosphorus and zinc using a side dress piece of equipment, and we were able to do 8 rows at a time, and I'll show you kind of down there where that was placed. So if we look down into this canopy, and we can see some of the developing blooms. A white bloom is a bloom that came out that day or today, and a pink bloom is one that came out yesterday and got pollinated and is ready to start forming a boll if everything holds together. So you can see here some more growth aspects coming out. Get some of these leaves out of the way. You can also see a little bit of herbicide reaction. But if you look down into here, you can see the development. That was a bloom that's turning into a boll, and so it'll form a cotton boll eventually. Also, we talked about we side dressed with a piece of equipment where we went 6 inches over and 4 inches, 3 to 4 inches down. You can see down in there here where my hand is. My fingers are at the base of the plant, and then we came out to about here and we shanked it in and went down one side of each row, and it was an 8-row side dress machine, and we're thinking that'll help us to place the Levesol Zn in season to do the second shot. We think sometimes we're going to need 2 to 3 applications of a Levesol product. So we're looking at ways to get that put out. If we do another one, we might use either Levesol Zn or a lumen over the top, and we would do that in the next 10 days if we're going to do it. But we're going to pull some samples and look and see what the fertility is looking like in the plant, and determine whether we need to add more nutrients or if we've got enough to get us through the season and be able to maintain our yield goal of 3,000 pounds, or excuse me, 2,000 pounds of lint. And so we'll keep following this, and it's looking good right now. The plant growth regulators like picks are being used every once in a while to show you where we have these nodes right here. This is a node from here to here, right from here to here, and then from here to each one of these new limbs. And so we try to get them, once they get this tall, try not to let any of the rest of these nodes get any taller than this right here, or longer. So that's about 2 inches. And that makes it help to be able to set more bowls compactly and not put as much energy into the vegetative growth, and to put more energy into the reproductive growth, which is where we get our bowls from. And so we're also, when you keep the plant short, it makes it harvest more efficiently, and so we want to be able to do that as well. And then this gives you an idea of where we're looking here on the Levesol Zn. And so that's all we got for today. I think we're developing very well, moving along. We're on time, I think, at the moment. We were on schedule with getting planted. We've had plenty of heat units, and we have more coming.